Cell phones. Unfortunately, I'm not really an advocate of children having cell phones until they're 16. And usually that's because they're going to drive. I think parents have a false sense of security, that they think that they know where their child is if they have the ability to have a cell phone, that they can call them. The truth of the matter is teenagers particularly can be very proficient in lying and just tell the parent whatever they think the parent wants to hear. And the truth of the matter is all their friends have cell phones, so if they need to get you and they have a problem, they can just borrow a cell phone of one of their neighbors. I think there need to be some restrictions on cell phones. If your grades go down, your cell phone is mine. I think you need to seriously limit the amount of text messages that a teenager can do. If a teenager goes over the minutes, then you get the cell phone until that teenager pays you back for the bill, the amount of the bill that is over the limit. I think it's important that cell phones go into a basket when a child comes home from school, teenager comes home from school, that they do their homework and their chores, they get the cell phone back, and then the cell phone goes back in the basket before they go to bed. We have a huge problem with teenagers staying up all night, either calling or text messaging each other and not getting the sleep they need. That can be controlled by it's in the basket. If it's not in the basket when you go to bed, then I get the cell phone for the next day. Children texting is causing all sorts of problems. They're using abbreviated words. They're not learning to spell. They're forgetting how to spell. They're not learning to communicate. And one of my issues is no quiet space. They're constantly texting each other. They're constantly communicating. There's no place where a person has anything that could be called quiet space or peace. I think you can help a child by controlling when it is used and how it is used. Cell phones have an advantage and they have a disadvantage. Pay attention to what your child is doing with a cell phone. There's some pretty scary stories about the things that teenagers are sending back and forth via text messaging. Be very clear with your child that you will randomly check their text messages, and do so. The life you save may be your child's.